This isn't just some list I curated. This is my strategy on how to make 2020 the best year yet. We all know what's happening. The new year's coming up and people go nuts. And I can understand them. Having such a clean and new start is very motivating. It is a good opportunity to change your life. As Brian Tracy said, proper prior planning prevents poor performance. So today I want to help you to make a plan for the new year and to figure out how you are going to attack the goals you have, how to set goals, how to create a vision, and most importantly, how to make sure that you continue to work on it. I mean, let's be honest, the time will pass anyway, so you might as well give it your best shot to make sure you get what you want and you have a year you're proud of. I want to help you to prepare for a year you will be proud of. To me, there are always two very important parts you should not forget when looking at goals. First of all, the work. You need to take the steps and do the things you need to do to move forward. Although we can probably all improve at this, it's pretty well known that we have to do this in order to achieve the things we want. Setting the right goals will help you to become who you want to be. And that's very important because you will otherwise simply waste your time or end up being miserable because the goal you achieved is not worth anything. It's not important to you. It's not worthwhile. It's not worth achieving. That's why you need to take your time when preparing for the new year. I mean, you can always redo this. You can always work on it and improve your strategy, but you have to find a way to deal with it. Therefore, I don't think you should start having no strategies or goals. I want you to get out of your current environment because that influences the way you think. Maybe you take a walk or go to a coffee shop, but it should be something you're not very used to. This way you can think more clearly and don't push your thoughts into one direction. It can be helpful to have a vision, a visual goal to know where you want to go. Imagine yourself at the end of this year, if everything worked out in your favor. How would you feel? How would things smell and taste? How would your emotions be like? Envision it vividly. It's important because it helps you to stay motivated in the long run. So what do you need to do to make that come true? What needs to happen so that you are proud of the year you had? Who do you want to become, or how can you become the best version of yourself in the new year? Please look at that vision again and try to find out what your priorities are. You should be able to spot about 5 areas that are most important to you. Throughout the next year, you will use those 4, 5, maybe 6 things to judge how you are going to spend your time. Here's my example. To me, those are goals and crows, school, personal development, my health, and then my family. So if I run out of time, I will always prioritize by using this prioritization pyramid, by looking at what's more important. And to be able to spot that, it's great to have a vision, because then you can see what's important to you and what does not matter as much, even though you might think it's more important to you. Sometimes you think you care about one thing, but at the end of the year, you would be much happier having worked on something else. Now we're going to look at our goals. At this moment I have 10 main goals. I want you to have 10, maybe 15, and you can diversify it a little bit. You should make sure to have a few goals that are meant to be achieved in a year, some that are meant to be achieved in half a year, or maybe some you want to achieve in 3 years. I think that's useful because at the end of the year, you don't just end up having no goals at all. Look at your priorities and ask yourself, if you could only achieve one thing in that specific area of your life, that would... Look at your priorities and ask yourself, if you could only achieve one task in that specific area of your life, which one would contribute to your happiness, well-being, and success the most? This way, you can set goals in different areas of your life while keeping it simple. And it may not always be very easy to find that answer, but really ask yourself that question. It's worth it. Write one sentence explaining what you want to achieve and when you want to do so. And please keep it specific and measurable. Otherwise you won't have any idea whether you have achieved that goal or have failed to do so. Setting a deadline and sticking to it will help you to ensure that you don't procrastinate on that goal. It should not be easy. It should be possible to achieve. Write your goals on paper, because people are much more likely to achieve a goal they've written down. And if possible, please repeat writing it down every single day. I do so twice per day. I do so in the morning and in the evening. After you've written down your goal, you can make a strategy how you think you are going to achieve it. But don't do so as you write down your goal, because it will intimidate you, or probably will, and keep you from setting the goals that would really contribute to your success and well-being. And instead of only setting goals with a sentence stem, I have, you can also use I am. So instead of saying you have lost 20 pounds, you could say you go running every day. You need to figure out what works for you. Some people simply won't benefit from this, but other ones will, because you have more control over this. You have full control over who you want to become. One thing you should never forget is to find a why, whether it's for the upcoming year, for a 5-year period, or even for your entire life. You need to find a reason why you want to work harder than anyone else, why you want to give it 100% of your efforts, or even 120%, going the extra mile, why you want to make more sacrifices than anyone else. If you have a strong reason, even why you want to get up in the morning, it can help you to keep going in the long run. I wish I could help you with this, but it's something very personal you have to figure out for yourself. That's why I wanted you to take a walk. You need to be able to think about this on your own. So wrapping things up, you need to create a big vision for this year in order to stay motivated. You need to find out what your priorities really are and set goals on how you can become the person you want to be and how you can improve. And then you can start to make a strategy on how you can achieve every single goal. Maybe you need to develop new habits or learn new skills, but I'm sure you can do it. Planning a year isn't easy. So if necessary, go through that process again and make it better. If you feel like there's anything missing in this plan, please let me know. And I'd also be interested to hear what your goals for 2020 are. If you want to make 2020 your best year yet by learning more about self-development and habits, become a part of this channel by subscribing and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I upload. Thank you for watching. Let's make this year our year. I hope to see you soon.